Welcome to the graduate student hooding ceremony of spring 2022. You may be seated. I would like to introduce our first speaker, Dr. Kristen Clements-Knoll, Director of Graduate Studies.
All right. Welcome, graduates, family, friends, and our faculty. We're so excited to be able to celebrate and hood our graduating master's students and doctoral students in the School of Public Health. To get us started today, I'd like to introduce our dean. Here we go. Dean Muge. Akhenar. Let's see. How'd I do in the name?
That's good. Good morning and welcome. You did it this time. Welcome our students and the family and the faculty staff to our 2022 hooding ceremony. It is my pleasure to really share this very important day with you. And I am proud of your works, and you done your duty and you got your degree from our school. And I would like to thank all our family members and they help you, and our faculty, again, who help you to reach these milestones. And the COVID-19 pandemic really transformed our lives and also our discipline, but also show that the importance of public health. And we need public health practitioners who can confront this public health challenge affecting the millions and billions of the people. Our goal was to provide you a hands-on experience and support each of you in your educational journey, so you can help us to improve the health around the world. And now, you are ready to help us. Congratulations, really. This is your success. This is a big achievement, and we are very proud that you became our colleagues. Also, it is my pleasure today to introduce our keynote speaker, and she's from the public health practice, and she went through all this process. And Julia Pick is a native Nevadan, born and raised in Carson Valley. She went to school at Douglas High School, then come back to UNR to get her bachelor degree in health ecology with minor in human development and family studies, and a certificate in gerontology. Julia moved to Seattle to get her master's degree in health service administration with a focus on rural and underserved communities at the University of Washington. Administration with her focus, additionally, she's graduated the Great Basin Public Health Leadership Institute and the State Certified Public Manager Program. Julia has been with the Department of Health and Human Services since 2006, starting as a health resource analyst and was later promoted to manager of the Office of Public Health Informatics and Epidemiology, and has served as both in Deputy Administrator for DPPH and the Deputy Director for Department of Health and Human Services. During her public health career, thus far, Julia has received several awards for her work, including the Dr. Warden Award for Excellence in Public Health from our school, and the Public Health Leader of Year and the Public Health Advocate of the Year from the Nevada Public Health Association. In 2020, Julia was recognized as a School of Community Health Science Distinguished Alumni, and she also served on the UNR School of Public Health Community Advisory Board. She lives with her husband and 3 kids in Reno. I don't know how she finds time with the kids also, but please welcome Julia.
First of all, I didn't know my picture was going to be that big, so Mel, if we could. That's a lot. You guys, thank you so much. First, I do just want to congratulate all of you for giving me the honor of speaking. I feel grossly inadequate to do this, but it's such a beautiful opportunity to share my thoughts with you on this special and significant day. As a UNR alumni, being present today is really so meaningful and nostalgic for me. It's been a few years since I was in your seats. I have taken courses from some of your professors who are here today when I was an undergraduate student, and now I work alongside them on projects and consider them colleagues and friends, and can tell you how the knowledge they have shared with me has impacted the way I approach my career. Also, several of the folks here also worked for me, and so I want to acknowledge them and just say you're so lucky to have them as teaching faculty for you. They're really phenomenal people. And also, as a member of the school's community advisory board, it has been such a pleasure to see how this program has grown over the years and the impact that the academics and research is making on this great state. Through your internships, you have directly impacted our communities, both in Nevada and abroad. Students after you will continue to serve in this way and have become an integral part of the public health infrastructure even before graduation. I'm always impressed with the level of professionalism and excitement I see from your fellow students and alumni of the program. I want to acknowledge many of you stepped up to help us with COVID, and I'm eternally grateful for your efforts. Your devotion to public health is truly a calling to serve your community and care about the health of others. This is such a high calling. Most of the people you will help will never know your name or your face. In public health, you often serve a greater good from behind the scenes. In some cases, you may serve on the front line, talking to people we serve and trying to help them in their current situation, or at a more macro level, allocating funds and resources to a community or group in need, but you also may be advocating for policy that could change the trajectory of health in our community, and it's often painful in the moment. That's going to change the health of our community, state, and nation. I am so excited to see what you all do to apply your knowledge and skills in the field after you leave UNR. Before COVID, when I said I worked in public health, very few people had any idea what I did, and that includes my husband, who would just say I worked for the government. Could be CIA. Honestly, I was not sure what field I was entering into either after graduation, but I needed money and a job and had student loans, and my mom had a friend at the state health department. My master's degree was in health services administration, so it seemed like a win. I started in my career working in HIV and STD prevention, though I had taken courses in the field, actually from Kristen. I quickly learned how to become a sponge and absorb all the knowledge I could from my colleagues and advocates in the community. In my naivety, I also made many mistakes. A highlight of those mistakes was very early on in my career when I was doing STD risk screenings and HIV testing in a rural school and handed out risk reduction kits to the kids, likely that Gerald and I made together. You can bet I got called into the administrator's office that night when the kids had gone home and showed the parents what I had given them. My defense was that the parents must have no idea what their children are doing. All that to say, lessons learned for me were to give myself some grace to make mistakes and to grow from it, hopefully not make that same mistake twice. Related to leadership, when my boss said, "I get it, but before you do it again, just come chat with me first," was huge. He did not get mad or fire me. It was a growth moment for me, and I really try to do the same growth moments for all my team members. Intentions are right, and we just need to talk through it. That was my first time also seeing the dynamics of a career in public health and how people can see prevention and risk reduction through many lenses that vary from my own. Though it may have seemed like the door at the health department opened for me at random, I believe it was a calling and that each of you have your path illuminated soon. You just need to walk through that door. More and more doors have been opened since my first job, and though I have walked through many of them with trepidation, I feel so blessed to have the opportunity to serve my community. Throughout my career in public health, most often people just assume I'm a nurse. Public health is often an abstract concept because we do so much behind the scenes to improve public health and safety of our residents and visitors, and they don't even know we exist. It truly is only in crisis that they know we were there at all. Even now, after COVID, they may think us public health professionals simply talk about data and science too much. Honestly, in reading some feedback from our press conferences, it was like a drinking game every time we said data or science. They think that our rules are impossible or hard to follow. We stick swabs in noses and poke needles in arms. You are so lucky that you know and appreciate that those services are simply the tip of the iceberg in our field. I'll be honest, being thrown in front of the cameras in leadership when COVID hit was not on my bucket list. I very much enjoyed working behind the scenes and told my kids that I answer emails and go to meetings for a living. And I loved it. I had to testify for policy bills and funding throughout my career, which is not my favorite because I don't like public speaking. So this, too, is a stretch for me. But it was necessary to make good change in the community, and I quickly learned that discomfort can cause personal and professional growth. So even if you feel scared when the opportunity presents itself, just try to say yes. When I first asked to serve directly with the governor's office and the National Guard, I have to, again, thanks is not enough for what you all did for us, to represent public health for the COVID response, I was happy to support the cause. However, when asked to do a press conference with the governor and his team and be the face of public health for the state, I said no, in more words that I'm not going to share with you today. I black out when a mic goes in my face and with the cameras, and I knew how angry people were. So I had no excitement to be the face. But 2 years later, I've survived more press conferences than I can count. We have entered the endemic phase of the response, and I'm still standing. That said, no 2 days in my public health career have ever been the same, and each have their own challenges. But if you remember that this field is not about me or you personally, it's about serving your community so that they can live the longest, healthiest lives possible, you can tackle just about anything. The last 2 years in public health, as Muge had mentioned, has been transformative. Most people could not even pronounce epidemiology prior to COVID, and most still cannot spell it correctly. It's timely that the state of emergency in Nevada is actually ending next week. This has been in place for 2 years, even though it seems like eons ago. So you're not necessarily entering a public health field now in a COVID crisis, but this does not mean that your work's not cut out for you. For you all, the field you enter looks vastly different than the field I entered 2 decades ago. Public health is a profession now known to the public, still misunderstood, but at least they know we're there. They've seen the role of public health professionals in real time, from identifying cases and tracking contacts, providing vaccinations across this great state, and implementing mitigation measures and policy changes that have been both supported and hated. Also, this field is now tackling racism and poverty as a public health crisis, with health equity and social determinants of health being at the forefront of every decision we make and action we take. The opioid epidemic, along with mental and behavioral health challenges, are growing throughout our community. Overdose deaths actually caused the life expectancy in the US to go down for several years. This fight is far from over. We've seen that global pandemics are real. We need to be prepared. We also need to fight to keep the gains and resources to public health that we gained during the pandemic. Memories will fade, and the public will forget, and we need to fight for the infrastructure and resources that we have been given. Also, the political divide for public health is real. You will need to navigate both the science and the politics of this field. This may seem ominous, but consider it a calling and a challenge you will meet. I must admit I did feel grossly underqualified to be your keynote speaker for this hooding ceremony and tried to think of a polite way to decline and failed. I feel like I have so much more to learn in public health and life, and often still feel green as we encounter all these new hurdles. What could I share with you all that you don't already know and that your wonderful professors haven't shared? I have no idea also where my graduation gown and hood are, and so I knew I'd be underdressed, so appreciate that you allowed me to dress this way. High likelihood that the dress-up stuff is in my kids' dress-up bins, which is good. They can dream big in those outfits. That said, I have grown so much since I sat in your chairs. Public health and being a public health servant has really caused me to grow, and I just share a couple things with you. First, early on in my career, I came in as a young whippersnapper right out of graduate school, and I got really good advice that respect the people that have come before you and still serve in public health. I've learned so much about the field itself, leadership and character from the people who served before me and still serve alongside me. You'll be better in the field if you listen and ask questions from those with experience. That's not a recommendation for public health. It's also a recommendation for life, but I've learned so much that the lived experience of others is actually where you're gonna learn the most, and hear what they're going through and then learn from it and do what's best for your community. Your character and commitment, more than just your education, will impact the people that you serve with in your community. Remember that you are a public servant in this field. Approach the job in that way. Serve your community, serve your neighbor, and appreciate that the life and health decisions that they have made may differ from yours, but our role is to meet them where they are at with humility, empathy, and understanding, and to do our best to reduce the health risks that they may encounter so they can live the longest, healthiest lives possible. This has been so clear to me throughout my career as I have worked on projects that I had limited life experience on, or that was foreign to me with the way that I was raised personally. These topics range from support and opposition for needle exchange programs, support and opposition for comprehensive sexual education programs, and now masking and vaccination is such a hurdle. With COVID, really this unearthed such divergent opinions about the role and authority for public health. So you're entering a time in public health where policy decisions or mitigation efforts are seen as political tools as opposed to science-based recommendations to save lives. Public health, you all, will need to work on establishing trust and credibility again to all the residents we serve. We will need to develop a shared foundation for health and wellness and then grow from there. Another lesson, unlike your schooling, cheating is now fine, with a caveat. Asking a colleague for help and finding the smartest person on a topic and using their answer is now totally okay. But give them credit for it. You are among a class of professionals who care about the public's health and will be on your side to accomplish this task. Though you may accomplish something well alone, do not miss the opportunity to learn and share and improve the body of knowledge in public health. A secret, if I'm testifying on a bill or a fiscal hearing or presenting at a meeting, my team is always watching and texting me answers so I can respond correctly, or passing me notes throughout the testimony. Though this was frowned upon in school, it's now totally acceptable. We are a team. Last but not least, be open for whatever your professional career may be. Be flexible and work hard. When I was in your seats, I would not have thought I would be in the role I am now, and honestly would not have been all that interested at the time. I just happened to be mentored by great people who saw potential in me and gave me opportunity for growth. In closing, one of the most rewarding parts of my career has been finding unicorns within the students coming out of this university and working alongside them as a mentor. I hope that I have the pleasure to work alongside each of you in the future and sit across from the table from you as you tackle the next public health challenge. You have the foundation from your schooling, and you have the grit to have made it this far. As a native Nevadan, I selfishly hope that you choose to plant your roots in the state and grow the field locally. But my 8-year-old daughter asked me to share, you will be great in whatever career you pick. She thought that would inspire you, so take it from her. Now with that, it is my pleasure again to say congratulations to you all for your hard work and success, and to your family and friends who are behind you and supported you along your academic career and will be enjoying your success in the future as well. Thank you guys so much.
Okay, we'll now give out awards and recognitions of community members and students who have engaged in public health and/or academic excellence. We will first begin with our community awards. The first award is the Warden Award. This award is given annually to a person who has demonstrated exceptional leadership in public health. Named after Dr. John Warden, the first health officer for the state of Nevada, serving from 1936 to 1939. The Warden Award is presented by Dean Muge Akpinar, LC. This year's awardee is the late Dr. Randall Todd, former Director of Epidemiology and Public Health Preparedness for Washoe County Health District. This award will be accepted by Dr. Todd's wife, Dr. Cher Todd. The next award is the Spirit of Unity Award. The Spirit of Unity Award recognizes agencies in our community who do important work that is not necessarily recognized as public health and who are often our unsung heroes for service they provide. The Spirit of Unity Award is presented by Dean Muge Akpinar LC. This year's awardee was nominated by Kim Neiman, current School of Public Health Community Advisory Board member and retired U.S. Air Force Reserve's Nurses Corps. This year's awardee is the Nevada National Guard, who played a pivotal role in statewide COVID response efforts and have provided field study experiences for our National Guard students. This award will be accepted by Lieutenant Colonel Catherine Grush. Next, we would like to recognize this year's Teacher of the Year. Teacher of the Year recognizes excellence in teaching. Nominations come from students and faculty from each division of the School of Public Health. This award is presented by Amy Fitch, Director of Undergraduate Studies. She's just giving the award, but she appreciates that. This year's winner is Dr. Ann Weber, Assistant Professor of Epidemiology. Now we will present our student awards. The first student award is the Dr. Sandra A. Doherty Award. Dr. Sandra Doherty was a groundbreaking researcher, epidemiologist from the UNR Medical School who was instrumental in doing large, federally funded studies, like the Women's Health Initiatives and a national study on cardiac health. She was one of the first women to receive funding for conducting large studies and was passionate in her mentorship of students and faculty to become health researchers. Her focus was often on those who were vulnerable or underrepresented. Dr. Doherty's family established the Sandra Doherty Award to recognize master's students who did impactful work addressing health disparities or inequality as part of their internship, volunteer activities, independent research, capstone paper, or other course-related projects. Thanks to the Doherty Foundation, students will receive a stipend of $500. The Sandra A. Doherty Award is presented by Rhoda Rasashi, School of Public Health Community Advisory Board Chair. Our first winner is Anna Dobbins, MPH candidate in the School in Social and Behavioral Health program. Our second award winner is Lily Jean Murray, MPH candidate in the Public Health Practice Program. Lily Jean flew here last night from Alaska. Next, we will recognize the PhD Student of the Year. This award is given to a doctoral student who excels in academics, research, teaching, and service. The PhD Student of the Year is presented by Dr. Kristen Clements-Knoll, Director of Graduate Studies. This year's winner is Sarah Y.T. Hartzell. Who didn't know she was going to win, so she was sitting way in the back. Now we will award Graduate Scholar Awards. To award excellence in academics, these students have outstanding grade point averages in their academic program. The first award will be presented by Dr. Wei Yang, Associate Dean and Foundation Professor for the School of Public Health. This year's Biostatistics awardee is Sija Chu. The next three awards will be presented by Dr. Kristen Clements-Knoll, Director of Graduate Studies. For epidemiology, the first awardee is Christopher Bordigioni, MPH candidate. Our second awardee is Richa Chaturvedi, MPH candidate. For health administration and policy, our awardee is Sierra Saunders, MPH candidate. For social and behavioral health, the awardee is Anna Dobbins, MPH candidate. We should have told you to wear tennis shoes. Congratulations. Presenting the Graduate Scholar Awards for Public Health Practice is Leslie Elliott, Director of Online Programs. The Public Health Practice awardees, the first one is Lily Jean Murray, MPH candidate. The second awardee is Sarah Pisa, MPH candidate. Unfortunately, she cannot be here today, but we'll still give her a round of applause. She could be watching, we're streaming, so you never know. Next, we will recognize the Undergraduate Scholar Awards. These students demonstrated excellence in academics in their programs as well. For public health is Patricia Laura, who unfortunately cannot be here as well. We could go ahead and clap for her. To present the next award is Dr. Matthew Strickland, Division Lead for Biostatistics, Epidemiology, and Environmental Health. The award goes to Sarah Perez. Not only has demonstrated academic excellence in School of Public Health, but is also UNR's undergraduate senior scholar. Next is the Undergraduate Scholar Awards for Kinesiology and Wolfpack Athlete Scholar Awards. These awards will be presented by Dr. Nora Constantino, Division Lead for Kinesiology. For kinesiology, the award goes to Emily Horner. The Wolfpack Scholar Awards recognizes both academic and athletic excellence. The first awardee, unfortunately, she could not be here, but is Emily Costello for kinesiology. The second awardee is Victoria Gailey for public health. Victoria plays for the UNR women's golf team. Lastly, I will invite Professor Lynn Short to the stage to highlight our Delta Phi Honorary Society.
Good morning. I am thrilled to be here, as I'm sure you are as well. Delta Omega Honorary Society was founded in 1924 to recognize outstanding achievements in public health. Currently, there are more than 122 chapters in the United States and internationally. UNR's Delta Phi chapter inducts students, alumni, faculty, and an occasional honorary member each spring. Members must have high academic standing, but equally important is their demonstrated leadership and community service in the practice of public health. On April 20th, the Delta Phi chapter celebrated the induction of 17 new members, and of those were the following students who graduated during the 2021-2022 academic year: Haley Blake, Sahan Dahani, Davis Florence, Samantha Haper, Jordan Marchi, James Naw, Linda Wanso, Tammy Plord, Sierra Saunders, Emily Wegener. Please join me in congratulating these emerging public health leaders.
Okay, now the good stuff. We're going to do our Doctor of Philosophy in Public Health graduates, and we will begin the hooding ceremony. Can we bring up Dr. Joshua Garn? Our first PhD student is Pascal Apanga. Pascal's dissertation is Factors Predicting the Practice of Breastfeeding in Africa and the USA. Unfortunately, Laura Johnson could not be here today. She might be watching us in the sky somewhere. And she is also a PhD candidate. Her faculty advisor is Dr. Paul Devereaux, and her dissertation is Do No Harm Meets Harm Reduction, a theory-driven investigation of provider-based stigma among medical students. Congratulations, Laura. Now we will hood our Master of Science graduates in biostatistics. Can we bring up Dr. Mingin Liu? Dr. Mingin Liu will be hooding Sarah L. Byers. The next professor will be Dr. Soyoung Ryu. And she will be hooding Sija Chu. Now we will hood the Master of Public Health graduates in epidemiology. The first one will be hooded by Dr. Kristen Clements-Knoll. Richa Chatterverde. Congratulations. Next will be hooded by Dr. Joshua Garn. The first student will be Nisha Bista. Congratulations. Next is Sydney Francois. The next student is Sean Hansen. The next student is Mio Sakai. Congratulations. Next will be hooded by Dr. Lely. Christopher Bordagioni. Congratulations. Next will be hooded by Dr. Matthew Strickland. Lisbeth Vasquez. Congratulations. Next will be hooded by Dr. Ann Weber. Catherine Draper. Next will be hooded by Dr. Wei Yang. Cameron Jin. Congratulations. The next student, unfortunately, could not be here, John Ured, and neither could his advisor, Dr. Julie Smith-Gagan. But he still deserves a round of applause. The next students are Master of Public Health graduates, Health Administration and Policy. First will be hooded by Dr. Daniel Cook. Oh. He's bringing the smolder. Sierra M. Saunders. Congratulations. Next will be hooded by Dr. Eric Crosby. Lindsay Godoy. Congratulations. Next is Matthew Ho. Congratulations. Next is Hannah Kahn. Congratulations. The next round of students will be hooded by Dr. Sarah Friedman. Daniela Cortez Areola. Congratulations. Kaylee L. Neve. Congratulations. Next is Samantha Savali. Congratulations. Next, McKenna Young. Congratulations. The next student will be hooded by Dr. Sooyoung Park. Davis H. Florence. Congratulations. The next few students will be hooded by Dr. Jennifer Pearson. Isabella Gonzalez. Congratulations. Brian Lamson. Congratulations. Unfortunately, Professor Matthew Moore and his student, Dr. Daniel Stage, could not be here today, but we will give them a round of applause. We now will hood the Master of Public Health graduates, Public Health Practice. The first professor will be Dr. Leslie Elliott. Phyllis A. Salame. Congratulations. The next student is Kimberly Sarver, who unfortunately couldn't make it today. The next student is Melissa Yerksa. Congratulations. Unfortunately, the next 4 students were not able to make it, but they might be watching us. The first student is Christina Aubert. Taylor Barnson. Shania Haskins. Dr. Zoltan Taglasi. The next professor's name is Dr. Marcela Gonzalez. Mariah Theus, who unfortunately could not make it today. So the next student is Sarah White. Congratulations. The next few students were not able to make it today as well. Patricia Brouard, Amanda Cumberbatch, Brian Fulgraf, Linda Wanso. The next round of students will be hooded by Dr. Emily Hendrick. The first student is Jessica Fenestor, who unfortunately could not be here today. Feather Ives, who also could not be here today. But we know Lily Jean's here. Lily Jean M. Murray. Congratulations. I had to make your time worth it. The next student is Kina F. Ramirez. Congratulations. The next few students could not make it today, but we'll give them a round of applause. The first one is Jennifer Gomez, Gordon Ho, Michaela Manguso, The next round of students will be hooded by Dr. Ingrid Mburia. The first student is Samantha Fowler. Congratulations. The next student is Naeem Khan, who unfortunately could not be here. The next round of students also could not be here, but we'll give them a round of applause. Seema Haidar. Samson B. Kuchan. Rhinda Lee. Diane Zwinek. The next round of students will be hooded by Dr. Adele Mburia Imwalili. The first student is Megan Parento. Congratulations. The next student, Abigail Wood. Congratulations. The next round of students unfortunately could not be here, but we'll give them a round of applause. Kirsten Adams. Ariana Gregg. Sean O'Malley. Lauren Rake. Ariana Salas. Valerie Swanson. The next round of students will be hooded by Professor Lynn Short. First is Amanda N. Brown. Congratulations. Next is Danielle C. Charles. Congratulations. Next is Chena Corpus. Who I guess couldn't be here today. Tracy Zhu. The next few students also could not be here today. Sarah Pisa. Cecilia Smith. And Emily Solomon. The next round of students are the Masters of Public Health graduates from Social and Behavioral Health. The first professor is Professor Gerald Dermid. And he will be hooding Anna Dobbins. Congratulations. Next, Dr. Paul Devereaux. He'll be hooding Mackenzie S. Howren. Congratulations. The next few students will be hooded by Professor Enid Jennings. Emily J. Linnell. Congratulations. Next is Nicole Imwalili. Congratulations. The next student will be hooded by Dr. Sooyoung Park. Zachary N. Bergstrom. Congratulations. Unfortunately, the next student could not be here, Brett Sarnquist. The next student will be hooded by Dr. Jennifer Pearson. Kimberly Sloan. The last few students will be hooded by Dr. Judith Sugar. Sahan Dagani. Congratulations. Next is Jordan R. Markey. Congratulations. And last but not least, Lacey Ogers. Congratulations. Next, I would like to invite up Dr. Elliott, who will be giving our closing remarks.
Good afternoon, graduating class. You made it. You may have taken different paths to get here, but here you all are at this time to celebrate this achievement. And we are so thrilled to celebrate this achievement with you. As you likely learned, graduate school takes a lot of work, a lot of planning, and sacrifice. And regardless of what each of you gave up to attend graduate school and get this degree, you all gave time. Time you could have been doing something else, spending time with loved ones, going on a trip, getting some sleep. Now you finally earned your degree. Now it's time to do some of those things. Go on a trip. Don't take any books. Relearn how to relax. Give yourself time. Take a vacation. Get grounded. Ask your loved ones to watch over your household if you need to get away. And take the break you deserve before you roll up your sleeves and enter your next chapter. But after you've celebrated, after you've relaxed, after you've had some fun, when you're ready, you have a lot to do. We have a lot of faculty in our school with a lot of expertise. And so I asked some of our faculty what they want you to have on your mind when you enter your next phase in public health, whether you're extending it or whether you're starting it. It turns out there are a lot of issues, and I thought I would read them all out and give attributions to all the faculty, but then we would be here for more like an hour instead of 5 to 10 minutes. So I want to thank the faculty for all your contributions, and I want to summarize them here. And I'm going to take a sip of water. It's from 3rd grade. Climate change, contaminated water, and lack of environmental justice are major problems locally and globally, and you will be called on to address these issues, including new distributions of disease and displacement of populations. Drug abuse and the epidemic of deaths due to drug overdose is worsening, and the burden in terms of lives lost has increased exponentially in the last several years. The increase in substance abuse has influenced other problems, including human trafficking. And more needs to be done to understand the dynamics of these issues. Globally, thousands of infants and young children are dying every day, mostly from preventable causes because they lack access to essential services, services that we take for granted in the United States. Our mental health crisis, which began before the COVID-19 pandemic, has been exacerbated and will also need your attention. Less than a quarter of children and adolescents in the United States achieve the 60 minutes of physical activity they need every day to be fit. We need creative approaches to help them achieve this goal. The dynamics of cancer are changing, with younger population dying from cancers that used to be prevalent in older populations. There's a need for research on the causes and prevention of these cancers. The rapid aging of the population, with Nevada being one of the fastest aging states in the US, has many implications in terms of population health management, as we see increases in chronic disease, frailty, and cognitive impairment. And there's a growing distrust of public health and science and resistance to public health interventions. You will be working in this environment and need to use effective communication skills, because public health is at the crossroads of many disciplines It needs to be the big tent. So in addition to raising your awareness about these public health issues that will need your attention, the faculty also had words of reassurance and advice. Remember that public health professionals like you are uniquely qualified to address these issues through application of systems thinking, theory and evidence-based programming, and a focus on justice and equity. You have developed leadership skills that you will need to use and adapt to the changing and evolving field of public health. Maintain and add to your social networks, because social support promotes well-being and good health. Support the principles of diversity, equity, inclusion, and justice, but also foster belonging, because belonging, which is both a noun and a verb, is fundamental to public health. And finally, keep connecting with your professors, and not just for the reference letters. We all want to see you succeed the best you can in all aspects of your life. So remember, first celebrate your success, get some rest, have some fun, and then get to work. On behalf of all of us in the School of Public Health at the University of Nevada, Reno, I want to extend congratulations and best wishes to the graduating class of 2022. So let's give them all an applause.
Before we end and get some food, go ahead and take out your programs. We have the alma mater in there, and feel free to sing along. Not yet.
I'm Toga, a journalism student here at the University of Nevada, Reno. With graduation coming up, we asked a few friends to try and memorize the Maxi song, which all Nevada graduates have to sing at commencement. Some friends were more willing than others. I rearranged it in a singer-songwriter style, and then we recorded it here on campus in the Knowledge Center.
When the dry snow-fed waters drop the mountain crest, and the meadows meet the sagebrush by the sun's caress, cradled by the silver mountains neath the western moon, stands a noble alma mater of Nevada. As a miner on a desert prospects every place, so Nevada seeks a future with an upturned face. Everywhere she gathers knowledge, all that's good and true, gives she to her sons and daughters of Nevada youth. We will ever live to serve her, live to give our best, live to make our alma mater pride of all the West. Let her praises wake the echoes while we pledge anew, hearts and minds and hands and voices to Nevada youth. Oh, let her praises wake the echoes while we pledge anew, hearts and minds and hands and voices to Nevada youth, to Nevada youth.
All right, if you'd please stand, let's congratulate the class of 2022.